live on air. We're going to start having a real conversation. We have been talking, we just forgot to turn it on.
Yes. Totally. Oh my
Sorry, those of you that are pretending to watch this.
They have it on, but they're
Yeah.
doing something.
So the first question I asked is, do you have any stories that you tell your classes or your children where you really focus on characters? Okay.
Yeah, I use my daughters a lot for stories. They love hearing stories about your children.
Of course. Yeah, to your students.
And since my daughters are already adults, some of the stories of some of the idiot things they did when they were in high school, they love hearing those stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I'm telling, like, I tell the story of Rasputin's death, and like, you really have to set him up as the weirdo that he was, and kind of the mystic that he was. So, yeah.
This is going to sound totally naive. Was Rasputin a real person?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, it's a good story, but yeah, you have to kind of get into the character.
Pretty strange guy.
He was.
He had a beard.
He did. He did long hair, and he was a real like ladies' man, believe it or not.
Really?
They liked
I always thought he was like a cartoon or
They
something.
liked his potential mystic abilities.
I don't remember.
That sounds like a cartoon.
Those, like from, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Anastasia, yes.
No. Was that
He was
what it's
from
from?
So,
Oh, right. The Russian Tsar or something?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
he's like a, yeah.
Question number 2 is, do you feel like you're a different age than your actual age? Do you carry yourself older or younger than your actual age? Does it change in different situations?
I am currently living with my parents because my house is under construction, and I feel like I'm 17 years old. Like for the very first time in my whole life, I got in a fight with my husband about this because on Friday night, I was like mad that I didn't have anything to do. And I was like, whoa, okay. I'm 17 again. Like, I don't normally care. Normally I'll just like watch Netflix and drink a bottle of wine. And, like, find myself like, my mom folded my laundry the other day, like, to be nice. And I was like, Mom, you didn't fold this, right? Like, I feel like I'm 17 and I hate myself. And so we might be going to stay in a hotel. But yes, my point is that sometimes I feel like I am way younger than 30 years old. Like, I don't feel like I am responsible enough to be 30. I don't feel like I can't be 30. I'm
30.
17.
Mine is, like, I am totally two different people in my home role and my work role. And when my husband gets to see the two interconnect, so at home, I just have to be the mom. So I'm like always the crabby one who's mad about doing the laundry and the dishes and fixing dinner and the kids trashing the house and do your homework and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like serious. And then at work, I get to be a different person. So like, these are my colleagues and I have fun and we goof around and we tell inappropriate jokes and giggle and be silly. And so when Wes came with me to like Adam Walsh threw a Star Wars party this summer and we all dressed up and we were just like being silly and goofy. And he was like, there's a commercial
are
where he
you?
goes, sometimes it's like, I don't even know you. And that's what he said to me. Like, so it's depending on my role. Yeah, it's weird. Like at home, I'd have to feel older than I want to be. And at work, I'm like, teenagers is fun.
I think it's funny how I change between my 9th grade class and my 12th grade class. Like, I totally change how I teach. With my 9th graders, you have to be kind of goofy and silly, and with my seniors, I still have that, but it's a little more serious, goofy, I guess. But I mean, that sounds really silly, but definitely. And I feel like I share a lot more with my seniors than I do with my freshmen. I don't know. But I agree on the mom role. Like, sometimes I just don't want to play that role. I just want to go home and not have two kids to hang out with and pack their lunches and do their homework and da, 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 da. I don't do their homework, make sure they do their homework. And it's exhausting. It can be really exhausting
So I had to get my wrinkles airbrushed out.
on your picture.
I'm only 17 and they still airbrush mine out. So.
My brother and I, genetically, we have been given forehead wrinkles from our parents. And Brad's like, did you see a picture? No. So check it out.
I don't be 17 again, because I was an idiot. I might still
Oh,
be,
I
but I was a worse idiot. I know you were an idiot, you said, didn't you? Your dad told me. And based on your stories, the one about.
I'm still an idiot, actually. That's what they have me teaching freshmen. They're like, you can relate.
When I teach the all girls class, I take on a different role. I try my best to, really makes me really try to think about how the girls see it. And being a guy, it's not easy. So I usually use how guys think. And so when girls making certain types of errors, I go, okay, it's okay for girls to do this, but this is a guy kind of thing, like hurrying through your assignment, or like we're doing graphing right now. So you're graphing a line, you just take the pencil and the lines all over the place and you can't read anything. That's what guys do. And then I always, at least 3 times a week, I'll say to all girls, we guys are just idiots, and they love it when I call boys idiots. And so in having said that I'm qualified to teach it, because I have an older sister, had a true Southern matriarch grandmother that ran the whole family. She was wonderful, but she was pretty much a Nazi the way she ran the family. And then, even my dog's female, two daughters, a granddaughter. Everybody's telling me what to do. Moritz, everybody. But I love doing the all girls class. And I don't think you necessarily have to be that gender to teach that class, but I know I teach that class different than my other two, because there's no boys in there. And the girls, they just act so different in that class than the girls where the boys are. The girls are a little more, except for the really flirty ones, most of them are just really quiet and sitting there.
Do they color code their charts?
Oh,
Like,
you
did they
can't
get out
believe-
their
You can't believe some of the
sparkly
graphs, some of them will have dotted lines and solid lines with different colors.
Oh, I would
When we,
totally do.
when we graph, and when you know how the graphs where you have inequalities where you're shading, some of them. Of course, the boys usually, a lot of these boys are right. It's just a slop and you can't tell. Can I just do it on the calculator? We're not doing it on the calculator yet. But I already know how to do it on the calculator. That's what we're doing. The girls are just like, they love doing graphing.
Yeah, I teach the all girls class. My line is I have a lot of wonderfully and intelligent, dominant women in my life, at both home and work, in a good way. So I mean that kindly, I promise in a good way. I think I take on some like I feel like I'm always like a first year teacher that maybe was emergency hire or something. Like I think I demonstrate out of Tallahassee JUCO or something. I think like that kind of thing. So but yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting and different, or maybe things that people assume. Anyway, and that I assume or whatever, in different roles, I'm kind of making no sense now. But it's interesting that I do play, and I talk about my wife and my son occasionally in stories, but not too much. I think I've mentioned that multiple times, but I'm a little more straight-laced than I think people really see. I don't know, maybe.
Your dance moves do not.
I know, I was not
reflect your
consulted
your
for certain things.
Typical personality.
But I know, so I'm a little odd, I'm a little strange. Anyway, but and maybe my Wednesday shirt rolls explain that, so I don't know. So different personalities or.
I didn't give you the all girls class. That wasn't me.
Oh no, I know. I don't know. Somebody came to my.
Tuesday's clash day for you?
Oh no, I actually enjoy the all girls class, but I think it's true, stripes and plaid, but it's kind of hip now. But anyway, maybe.
It is, you're good.
It is.
If you're doing it, it's hip.
I don't know, but yeah, but I actually really enjoy that class as much as it can be a challenge sometimes. But like I try to envision like Smitty talks about, she doesn't see herself maybe teaching the all girls class, and then I see like I consider like my all guys class like the baseball team. Like when I work with them, it's kind of a different role. But I'm like I think Smitty's the lady for and the teacher for like the all guys class. Like they just like I just think she's perfect in that role. And I mean, in so many other ways too, but I think like she's really empowering and holds them accountable. And I don't know, I'm not saying I'm the answer for the girls' class, but it's kind of interesting.
I think if I was a
Who teaches
boy,
it
I'd be
now?
better off as a female teacher in all boys class. All the best teachers I ever had were female. I can't think of a really strong male teacher I had. Of course, I grew up in an era where the vast majority of the women were teachers, and most of the men just wanted to coach. But that's a terrible male teacher.
Most of the men were fighting World War II.
No, it's just after World War II.
That's just so.
That was not nice.
I got that. Most of them had fought in World War II. That's all they wanted to talk about.
So she talked about leading with your head and your chest, and your stomach, and your hips, and your bottom. And I asked, what part of your body do you lead with, and does it change from day to day?
Yeah, by Friday, I'm leading with my butt. Sure.
It's funny, today I found myself being rather demonstrative with my hands, and I asked myself, do I usually do this much with my hands? And they're like, no. I said, I think this artist storytelling good. Because I was like, boom, 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 like all over the place, and pointing things, and I was doing all kinds of things. I think she's having an impact.
Changing the channel with your remote.
That's hilarious.
Did you look up?
Or here's the other question,
Can we
like,
walk for the
did you
video,
do the
like,
activity
videos
she
and all
asked to
that?
change your walking and changing your center? What did that feel like? And Trotter and I talked about it. And I could do the head one, and I could do the chest one. And then I tried to do the stomach one, like leading with your stomach, which is kind of awkward. And then I just stopped because I was like, I don't understand what she was trying to teach us with that. whole
We're gonna
thing.
have to do one for the video, I think. For sure.
Do it, because I gotta go and I'm dying.
Well, I'll do that with my boys. Because I'm from the South, the girls class, do Southern, and I'll go in a Southern accent, and they just love that when I talk. Power squared. So I sound like her. But like, my university in Kentucky used to play Appalachian State. It's just up and over the hill from us. So she grew up not too far from where I grew up.
Just up and
Just
over the
a
hill.
couple of hollers over. Oh, it's hillbilly where she's from. I mean, it's deep in the Appalachians.
It's like that, I watched the TV show Justified, you guys see, yeah, so good, but that's the area, like the Harlan County.
Oh, yeah.
And what is that?
It's like deep south,
Harlan County is in Kentucky. It's right on
yeah,
the Kentucky
Kentucky,
Tennessee
but
border.
it's like a crime,
But everybody protects each other because they're all family and
so it's,
kin and all that stuff.
yeah.
When I was in college, it was bootleg capital of Kentucky. That was like,
So you're arresting your dad, you're arresting your sibling.
Yes.
So the cop comes back
Like
to
the
his
main character
hometown,
is the cop in Harlan.
arrests everybody he knows, so it's not.
It's all intertwined because
Hmm.
his father's like one of the crime leaders. You get charged. Basically.
It hurt my knees when I tried to do a couple of those walking.
the black friend of mine.
Like, I wondered, I was like,
basketball.
is Liz
We got
gonna
assigned
come
a
down?
Playoff game.
I was like, is Liz gonna come downstairs because I had this thing full and I actually physically, I was like, do I really need to? I physically got up and like.
I did too.
I was like,
They're always like,
that's pretty
I
funny.
did too.
well, teams
When
were all
I,
white, so it didn't really matter. But
Have you looked at anybody
pointed to
today
the
the way they're
field
walking?
there.
no. Have you guys
Have you watched anybody the way they're walking?
today? Like, have you noticed other people and how they walk? Like, we were talking before we started this discussion, and
Betsy has a weird one. Watch Betsy next time. She's got this pace to her. I always joke with her, Betsy looks like you're on a mission.
This is recorded.
It's not a bad walk, it's just, she's got this determined look to her walk.
Carl Fish walks like that.
Yeah, oh,
He
yeah.
is such a fast.
Tom Diekmeyer walks like that, like he has a mission somewhere to get. But like, I think, like, it's easy for me.
Vinny struts,
Who does?
Vinny. He's got a very confident walk.
He does.
He's willing to say somebody, go ahead. You're not, they can't see you. They can't see you.
They won't know it's you.
I don't.
I
yeah,
can't
no,
see you,
I was
Hawthorne.
just laughing at you.
I don't know, I just think that you can tell, like when I tried to walk with my head, leading with my head, which I would watch her on the video and I'm like, that doesn't look any different than the other one. Like I couldn't tell really the difference between the way she would walk.
I just thought you back,
Yeah.
thrusting my head
Really?
forward.
Here, let me slump that over. Now you're standing with your hips or whatever she said. I don't know, I just, when I walked with my head in the air, I was just looking at the ceiling, you know, like, I don't think I was doing it right.
I didn't even try.
No, what you could do to see if people are noticing, tell your class to see if there's anything different about the way you're walking, and then change your head and see if they pick up on it.
The schlump.
In a freshman class, I could be in an entire class. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can, well, you can't do it with the freshmen, is it? It's because somebody wants to say something rude and crude. Having been there,
Yeah, we got nothing else. Does anybody have anything else from these two videos to talk about?
Do we have 2 each week until we're done?
Yeah, there's 1 week that we just have one because
I was
there are
thinking next.
25 videos. Would you like that to be next week?
we should probably make.
All you
it-
have to do is say yes.
It might be nice, I don't know.
All right.
Hey.
Did you give me immediately if not